The NFL owners and the union appear to have taken a step back from the precipice. No meetings today between the two sides, but separate meetings with federal mediator George Cohen, Chris Mortensen, and Adam Schefter reporting that the sides have agreed to another extension, this one for 7 days, as they continue to negotiate. Here's Roger Goodell moments ago.
I think the fact that we're continuing this dialogue is a positive sign.
Will you guys work this weekend, or will you start on Monday?
We will be working on our own, but we will not be mediating this weekend.
How about tonight?
Pardon me?
Are you coming back tonight, or is this?
No, this is the good news for you. You can go home.
Were you at all concerned yesterday that there was going to be this doomsday scenario of decertification and lockout? And if so, what are
you know, Bob, here's the way I'd answer that is, again, I've repeated it over and over again. This is going to get resolved through negotiations, not through litigation. So talking is better than litigating.
Is there anything you guys have agreed on? You kind of set this aside and we're good now, we have these other issues? Again,
in respect to the process, I really can't get into that, but we're obviously having a lot of dialogue. We met for, I don't even know how many days, but it's a lot of days, and we're going to meet for more. So
Roger, are you hopeful?
We're going to continue to work as hard as we can.
I would just say they brought a tremendous element of professionalism and wisdom and patience to this whole process. And they've been very helpful, and I want to express on behalf of our entire team our thanks to them as well. We're looking forward to getting back together with the Players Association next Monday, and we're going to continue to work. I think we're at a stage where the issues have been joined. There's been a tremendous amount of discussion. It's time for us really to dig deep and try to find solutions and try to be creative and try to compromise in a way that will work for everybody. The commissioner's been very clear. If both sides give a little, everyone can gain a lot. And that's what we have to try to do next week. It's a challenge. We've got very serious issues. We've got significant differences, but we are committed to collective bargaining. All over this country, collective bargaining is being challenged. We're committed to it. We believe it can work. It has worked. We believe it will work. And so we're glad to have the opportunity to come back here next Monday, continue to work with Director Cohen and his staff, and hopefully deliver an agreement that'll work for our
Jeff,
fans.
Other than the fact that you're continuing to talk, based on the substance of the talks, are you optimistic of reaching a conclusion by next Friday?
You know, Gary, I've never felt that this is something where optimism, pessimism, up, down, like it's a weather report, is a good way to look at it. We're talking, that's the most important thing, and that's a reason for optimism. Talking is better than litigating. Talking is better than walking away. So let's stay at it.
By
That's where
5
we
o'clock
are.
next Friday, do you expect to have a deal?
I have no expectation one way or another other than have a solid week of negotiations. I do not know. I do not know.
You said it was important for both sides to give. Do you feel like both sides are giving? I mean, obviously the deadline's been pushed back.
Well, there's been enough serious discussion to warrant both sides taking this step. And the mediators felt it, and that's why they requested it of us. And if they believe that we're in a position where we can make progress and get to an agreement, then I think it's incumbent upon us, and our ownership feels it's incumbent to make that effort.
Jeff,
Yes.
do you anticipate, sorry about my angle here, do you anticipate...
I thought maybe you were trying not to make me feel
I'm just
short.
trying not to get myself on camera. Do you anticipate or know if more members of the CEC would be directly involved in negotiating, or is that a taboo point?
Well, the CEC is directly involved in negotiating. I wouldn't be surprised if owners are here next week. I don't have a view one way or another as to who or when, but I wouldn't be surprised.
It's been characterized that perhaps more progress has been made in the last 24 hours than the past 2 years. You believe that's a fair characterization?
I am not a characterizer. I don't know who made that characterization, but it might not be a character either. But I think there's been enough discussion and enough substance to the discussions that the mediators thought it made sense to come back and keep at it, and so we're happy to do that. I think you have to just see where you are at the time, and I think to prejudge that one way or another, to either say no or to say yes, I think does a disservice to the process. This suggestion was proposed by the mediators, and I think we need to, be governed to some extent by their judgments. We need to listen to what they think.
Do you think the fans would be optimistic when they see something like this today coming out and saying?
Well, I think it's better than the alternative. I think it's better than the alternative. should they be optimistic? They know we're talking. They know we're working hard, and I think that should be a positive.
How much of a help has the mediation process been, and if you think it has been, are you surprised at how successful at least the talks have been in continuing?
Well, I think what the mediators bring to the process is a structure and a discipline that wasn't always there. They inject a seriousness of purpose to it. They encourage you. They keep you going, and it's easy. It's easy to. Someone said, the easy answer, the quick answer is no. The longer answer is maybe, and the still longer answer sometimes is yes. And they encourage you to keep at it, to think about it, to look at alternatives. And I think they've done a fantastic job. I really, whether these talks ultimately succeed or not, the efforts that George Cohen and Scott Beckenbaugh and their entire staff have made have really been a testament to how collective bargaining can be effective, and it justifies our belief in the process.
Jeff, any reason why the union and the NFL are making their statements at essentially the same time? Was there any coordination?
I didn't know the union was making a statement, so I don't have any view on that.
That's good.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Have a nice weekend.